have picked up a candidate package to run for the school board.
Woo!
And come November, barring any unforeseen circumstances, Jim, Mark and Rocky will have some help.
All right.
Yeah. You'll have our vote.
We'll be supporting just like we have, and folks, I can tell you, speaking of CECE again, that group is very solid on the keeping all the schools open, all 6 of them. Very supportive of all the communities. I think that CECE can become something bigger once we get through all this school situation than just being a supporter of 6 schools. I think there's lots of opportunity for us to keep the communities united, keep the county united, and work together to accomplish a whole lot of things on economic development. And Fred, I think there's big opportunities there for us. And the thing about it is, the right people are getting involved. It's people like yourself that care about the communities and care about the kids. It's going to happen. They're going back home.
Yeah.
Well, John, since you took the opportunity to plug for an election, I'm going to do something.
Woo!
Go for it. During all this, I don't know if you folks know, but I have been threatened with being run out of the Democratic Party if I didn't go with this 2-on-1.
We'll take it.
It's my plan to run for re-election in November.
Yeah. Woo!
So I take this opportunity to ask for your support.
Oh, look, hey, let me say this. We don't intrude on, this is District 1. I know I'm District 3. I never can't get that right. So we don't intrude as, we're just visitors here today. And thank you for allowing us to be here. But I guarantee you, if you're from District 1, you need to support this guy.
Yeah.
You need to support him.
Martin, by any chance, would you like to announce your candidacy today?
Really, one of the things I want to mention is at First Baptist Church in Appalachia, I'm on the Board of Trustees and I have a meeting at 3:30, so I'm going to have to leave. But I will mention this to you. I've been your representative for 8 years, and I'll be up in November too. And I've tried to do the best I could for 8 years. I fought for your field house. I fought for a lot of other little things. And I'll be on the ballot too. And, I don't really worry a whole lot about it because I figure if I've done what you want me to do, I'll get your support if I want. And I don't deserve it, don't need to be on there. But I will say that too. I'll be on there in November as well.
Woo!
I always get a return address from Bristol. But I've got a few little letters letting me know that I wouldn't be sitting up there and I need to enjoy my last little while too. So. Thank you.
Lynn?
Fred, this is going to get vindictive. You know that, I know that. But people now are going to have to wake up when it comes to their youth program. If they don't just go Appalachia School, we've lost our youth football program. You're going to have to realize that. The only way you can change that is in November. You're going to have to get control of these elections. These people that's on this board quit sitting home. The only way we can get our programs, our town straightened up is take back control. And that is the people, not the board of supervisors or the board school board. They have to be controlled by us, not by them. The people's going to have to take it back the way it should be.
Amen.
Doug?
If some words that John says here, they try to train us in these schools. What if us as parents says we're not single, we're not missing, period?
He doesn't care.
There's no law out there that can force a parent into send the kids to
Truancy.
Let me address that. You know, there's this open speculation from Mr. Purdy that Norton's going to come in. The chairman of the Norton School Board in the paper characterized the Wise County School Board as dysfunctional. I think he was being very kind. So if you read the tea leaves, Norton, you know, Norton is consistently smarter than the county if it comes to just about anything. And Norton got some very bright leaders, and they're watching this very closely. If I were in Norton's shoes and they wanted to, you know, promote this 2-on-1, I think there would be a significant defection of students who would love to go to a truly first-class educational system in Norton, to go to Burton or their elementary school. So I would be amazed if Norton would buy into this. So all of this stuff, this blue sky scenario that Don Purdy and others are promoting, it's just BS. I mean, it's not real. And so I just don't see that happening. You're right. Parents have the prerogative to send their students wherever they want to. Correct?
Mike?
You know, they're going to come up the 14th of February at the school board meeting, I think that's when they said it was, and they're going to say, well, we're going to send Wise or Pound Appalachia, or should Pound to Wise, and they're going to send Appalachia to Big Stone. Okay? We here know that that's probably not going to happen, it's just a threat or whatever. How are we going to let our kids know? Because as soon as they threaten that, these kids from Pound is going to start moving to Clintwood before the end of the year.
They've already started that. They've already started it.
I don't know how you can stop the school system from making threatening and irresponsible statements. I mean,
Is there any way we can rebut it? I have an idea.
well, yeah, before public
To let the
expression.
kids know, to let the kids know.
Well, public expression comes first, and I'd say Mr. Schoolcraft and others, myself, will let them know that if they try that, they will be legally challenged. Will we be prepared to say that, John, in advance of that?
I think we will be.
We will be. So, now understand, making a threat, making a claim that you're going to challenge them legally, and putting together the substance of that are things that we're going to have to talk to our attorney about. We've had discussions on it. We're not just making a baseless threat. We think we can contest that. But it's a shame when you have to, you know, kind of override a threat from the school board as a group of citizen volunteers raising money, you know, selling chances on a gun, which, by the way, they're $100 if you'd like to get that. We can take care of that. Or having a fashion show, or any of the things we've done to raise money. It's a tragedy, folks, that we have to do this. But they're going to make that threat, and I don't know how.
Well, I mean, that's what they've done for the past 10 years. Pound is losing kids every year because they make those threats every single year. And we got kids that move to Clintwood, mainly Clintwood. And we lose them every year because of that threat. And here we are coming up on the same threat again.
I don't know what to say except, you know, the leadership is absolutely irresponsible. I don't know what else to say. I don't mean that personally, but in terms of the leadership ability and the sensitivity to how damaging this is to the community, they apparently don't care.
But Fred, you know, it's been brought up to you and to the school board a number of times about the youth program. They have no care. They have no contingency plan for it. They ain't even address it. They don't even like you talk to it. So really, the youth doesn't matter.
Harold is a gentleman here that has his hand up.
Would you please stand up? Some of the folks in the back can't hear you, I don't believe.
No much about the legality about all this, but, you know, Mike's my brother, he was talking about what can we do. Could we do something like, everybody reads the coal field. Everybody hears about the coal field. Could we get together as a community and put our own article in the coal field talking about all these threats? And then maybe have a little explanation in there as why they're threats and why they can't be done, so the whole people will know. Not everybody comes to these meetings. They don't hear, they don't know.
Yes.
Could we do something like that?
Send an email to Jody Deal. She's been covering everything for it the last however long. Jody Deal at the Coalfield.
What I'm saying is, you know, she needs, if that's the case, there needs to be like a meeting and let people give comments and let her put them in the paper or whatever, even from officials. You know, it needs to be done. If they're concrete on where they stand, they'll be able to print what they stand.
All right. Woo!
Good?
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Town does not have ignorant people.
No.
You know, if you don't have a college degree, that doesn't mean you're ignorant. Okay? I'm happy to say I just completed my bachelor's degree last month.
All right. Woo!
I've got 4 kids. My husband's family, there is 16 grandkids, 2 of which are out of school. Most of them have not. The majority of them haven't even hit high school yet. I can't speak for them, but I can speak for my 4. If they consolidate, they will be homeschooled, or they will go to Quintwood.
Amen.
The school board doesn't care about losing kids. They don't care.
This is, Errol, if I could, this is a lot about, at Wise, egos, political agendas, big us, little you, right? There's a lot of that that's going on. There is no regard for how it's going to adversely impact places like Pound, Appalachia, Big Stone Gap, St. Paul. This is all about a consolidation of power, influence, and everything in the central core of the county. And there are those people who will stop at nothing to cause that to happen. Now, in my career, again, at Winnewisco, I was all about trying to consolidate services to try to achieve greater efficiency. And that's really great if it's a sewage plant or a water plant or something like that. But schools are a lot different. And that's where I had my aha moment, and I changed my mind on this because I began to understand, going back to my basketball game experience, that you couldn't achieve that with a central school. Would it be more efficient financially? You'll hear that in the coming week. Well, yeah, duh. Of course it's more efficient. Of course it's more efficient. But it's a question of how do you spend your money best for the education of your children. Where are they going to get that sense of community? How is the school going to support your local economy and vice versa? They're clueless on that. So it's a question about how you spend your money. Is it more efficient to build a central school? Sure, it is. I mean, I'm not going to contest that. I don't think any of us would contest that. But as taxpayers, we want to know that how our money is being spent. Do you want to spend it for that? Or do you want to spend it to something on what you believe in, something that's important for Pound or Appalachia or St. Paul, or even Wise for that matter? That's where my heart is. And Chuck wanted me to convey this to you, and I'm glad I said that. It's not about the numbers. It's not about any of those things. Ultimately, this is about people. And that's what makes schools different. It's about people. All those years that I worked at Winnewisco on water projects, I crunched a lot of numbers, piles of paper, all this stuff, trying to put water projects together, among other things, among many things.